Hi everyone, Ellen from Ellen Mary Gardening. Today I'm going to be showing you how to grow shallots. Super easy, so delicious, and now's the time to get planting. You can plant your shallots between October, probably up to about mid-December. These ones are longer. I haven't actually grown these before and I'm now going to get them in. You just need to make sure that where you're planting them has had a good dig over and you've incorporated some well-rotted manure and of course raked it over to make sure that the soil is even and got rid of all of those weeds. And one really good way of planting is to lay a plank on the soil which you can then walk on, but also because it gives you the line in which you are going to plant those shallots. So picking out bits of weeds here and thoroughly enjoying seeing the worms around in the soil. You need to space them about 10 centimetres apart. So I just lay them out next to my plank of wood in line. They're really easy to plant. You simply just slip them into the soil and you need to make sure that the tops are poking out of the soil, don't cover them over. And just be careful whilst they're rooting that the birds don't come along and pull them out. But other than that, that's all you need to do when planting them. Shallots can actually also be grown through like a weed-proof matting if you want to keep, the weeds at bay. But as long as you've given the soil a really good weed in the first place and you keep on top of that going forward, it should be fine. But they are absolutely good for growing through matting as well, which is pretty handy if you want low maintenance growing. If birds do become a bit of a problem and they do start pulling them out of the soil, you could also cover them over perhaps with some horticultural fleece, and that will certainly keep the birds off pinching your beloved shallots. So after you've planted your first row, if you are planting more than one row, you need to space them about 40 centimetres apart, and the same applies. So I've moved my plank of wood across. I can walk on it, which means I'm not stepping all over the soil and any other plants, and then I lay my shallots along the plank of wood again about 10 centimetres apart and about 40 centimetres from the previous row. Spacing them properly helps to keep away diseases like onion white rot and also onion downy mildew. Your shallots will be ready to harvest from about July next year. In fact, probably anywhere between 2 and 4 weeks earlier than that if you're overwintering them by planting them now. So a similar approach will apply to if you're growing onions and garlics. So get out there, it's autumn, and be prepared for those early crops next year.